Hi, everyone. It's James. Welcome. This is the Welcome Legacy Podcast, episode 11. Title: I was addicted, license suspended, and stuck. How discipline led me to get my CDL. By the time I got my CDL, I had already decided to leave the streets. I just didn't know how I was going to survive doing it. This episode isn't motivation, it's about discipline, it's about patience, it's about rebuilding when the system tell you you're not ready yet. My foundation was my grandma. My grandma got sick in 2016. She had a stroke. She couldn't walk. She could barely talk. She was in a nursing home. Grandma played a big part of my life growing up. Every time I went to the nursing home to see her, I broke down crying like a baby. It was like a hurt that you couldn't even explain because you're used to this person being there for you, talking to you, just giving you the love and the guidance that you need in your life. Even though you're doing wrong, you still grandma baby. She still love you. My grandma raised me and my sister, my sisters. My mom raised me. Grandma she just was a really big part of my life. She always told me that I was better than the streets. And always told me to get my shit together when she seen me messing up. She passed in 2021, and my dad passed. She died the end of October. My dad died the beginning of November, about a week after she passed. That was a double whammy for me, man. It was very rough. But the path of life that I'm on now is basically due to all the information and the love she gave me, to show her that I could better myself and be a better version of myself. And I didn't want to leave her to leave without knowing that I could do better with myself and with my life. Um, let's go back to, like say, like 2012. I was already out of prison about 2 years, about 2.5 years. Um, 2011 was a rough year for me. It was a rough year. I got, I was in CFCC going to school, um, painting cars. Um, Still ain't got my license back, but I got pulled over 3 times in that year. I was supposed to get my license back in September. Um, that third time I got pulled over, it wasn't from me driving. That's a whole other story. The car mine, so I had to go to jail. But I paid all the money. I got my license back, and still drinking, still out here doing dumb stuff. But I was working though, so the job kept me. I was working at Carrabba's. I stayed there for about 2.5 years. That job kept me out of jail for 2 years. That was the longest stretch I had in my life without getting in trouble. But I started tearing my behind. April of 2012, I caught a DUI. I got pulled over 3 times that day. My cousin's son had died, so it was real rough time for the family. I got up that morning. I was gonna go around there, go talk to him, but it would just bother me so much, and I know he wasn't in his right state of mind, and I was just like, I just wasn't feeling it that day. And I got up that day, and I say, man, I'm about to quit this job. I was already half back in the street, foot in, foot out. So I didn't need the money. I was only doing about $60 a day or so at that job, washing dishes. So it was just something to just keep me out of trouble. So got up, finna ride out a little bit, go take care of some stuff I had to do before I went to work that day. And cousin had the car. They went out the night before. Didn't nobody put no gas in the car. So I get up, get in the car, headed out. Car started running out of gas. I was about a mile or so from the gas station. So I started patting the gas, and it caught, and I'm flying. I was driving through a school zone, but the school zone, the lights wasn't on. And a state trooper was coming the opposite direction of me. And they got behind me. They turned around, but I wasn't stopping until I got to the stove. So I mashed the gas all the way to the stove, got to the stove, popped the gas pump, put my hands out the window. They got my name and stuff. So off my tag already. So they jumped out the car, lady on one side with a gun, dude on the other side with a gun, hollering about don't run. I said, I'm not finna run. My car running out of gas. I'm on my way to work. They was, they gave me a ticket about $300 and something dollars. Say I was doing like an 80 and a 40 or something like that. I leave from there, didn't go to work. I should have went to work then. Didn't go to work. Headed to go meet some people to take care of some other things and got pulled over again. They looking for somebody else. I had some weed in the car. They gave me a ticket. I got to appear to court. That's the second time. Third time, the police followed me back to the house and they was sitting on the corner. I wasn't paying attention because I'm drinking. I haul ass, go to the store to go buy some more beer. And they get behind me again, not paying attention. I drunk a little bit of the beer. Beer was almost gone. Throw the damn beer can out the window. Didn't know the damn police was behind me. The damn beer can hit the police window. They pulled my ass over. By this time, I'm drunk. They get me with a DUI. Didn't even have my license 6 months. Didn't have them 6 months. Paid almost $4,000 to get them back. Doing dumb stuff. I ain't had my license for like since I was like 18. I was like 23, 24 then, somewhere in there. And the state suspended my shit for 5 years because I had multiple driving with suspended license, 3 in 1 year. So they suspended them from 5 years. I quit that job though. After that, I quit the job. I went full time back in the street, back breaking down them things, doing what I need to do, selling a whole bunch of weed, a little bit of cocaine, back getting high again, damn near every day, months at a time, high on cocaine. It was a rough patch, boy, from 2012 to about 17. The streets wasn't a phase. They were my full time life. I was just I was just out doing only thing I know. Only thing I was taught how to hustle. Out here in the streets, you don't grind, your ass don't eat. A lot of niggas, people, be out there in the street and they just be supporting the habit. You got a family, you still got to take care of bills too, even with a habit. That's just being a man. I already got a bunch of kids, so I'm dealing with that. Just dealing with a whole bunch at one time. But my birthday, July 2nd, 17, that was like a breaking point in my life. I didn't want to be I didn't want to be in the streets no more. Me and my wife got into a real bad argument a couple days before that. I went out binging really hard, drinking really hard, and I came home. It was like I was at the bottom. Like I didn't even know who I was becoming no more. I had a couple bands in my pocket, had a whole bunch of work left, but I was looking at myself in the mirror and I didn't know who I was becoming because I couldn't even recognize myself. It was it was like my face was foreign to me. Like the person that I was becoming was a person that I didn't know, a person that I didn't want to be, a person that I didn't want my kids to see. It was like I was waking up out of a sleep. September of 2017 would have been was my 5 years for me to get my license back. Um, I had knee surgery. I had my knee surgery in like May of 2017. Had to get my ACL repaired. I had to do the rehabilitation. I didn't take no medicine. I was just icing my knee. Um, but I had like a half a pound of weed left. I started back smoking weed to help with the pain, to help with meditation, and help with my mind. Um, I started walking. I quit smoking cigarettes. I quit smoking black. I quit smoking all that stuff. I smoke a joint, and it'll like relax me and ice my leg and get up and take some steps around and until I just pushed myself, strengthening myself until I was able to walk back to where I needed to be. And daily habits, I meditate, walking, reading, listening to meditation music, jazz, just sounds, meditation sounds. And I started working on my first book. Healing my knee really helped me heal my mind. It really sat me down and just had me thinking about a lot of things in my life. A lot of things in my life. A lot of things in my life. That happened before my birthday because my birthday was July and I had knee surgery in May. About 2 months time, I was ready. I was really ready to try to get it together. But on my birthday, I just that argument kind of just threw me off, and but I got it back together. Um, my cousin Trash a little bit older than me, about 2 months older than me. He had got his CDL a couple years prior, and he was like, man, kept telling me, I need to get my CDL. Like, get your CDL, man. Get away, man. Get away, man. It'll help. It'll help clear your mind. It'll help you focus on something else. It was just like we was kids playing in the dirt, man. Just like us kids, we was kids playing in the dirt, making them trails and stuff, building them houses, bro. Like, it's peaceful out here. You got get out here, make some money, change your life. And I was like, man, I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna think about it. But all my other cousins that was driving trucks, they was stable, nice houses, nice cars. They was doing great for themselves. The message was always there. I just wasn't ready to. I just wasn't ready yet. I didn't think I would. I didn't think I'd do well out there driving a truck. I really didn't. I never really left. Never left Florida at this point in time. I never even left. Farthest I've been, Tallahassee, um, Daytona multiple times, a little bit in Tampa, Orlando, just around the way, Jacksonville. I never even left Florida at this time. But the beginning of 2018, January, I had already started studying a little bit to get my CDL. And Travis was like, come on out here on the road with me for about 2 weeks. You ain't got to worry about nothing. I got you. I had already published my book. I had I published my book, started learning wholesaling houses. I wholesale a house. Um, no money down, made about $4,500. So I had some money in my pocket. Um, exercising heavy, meditating heavy, focused on becoming a better person. Um, I was just determined, man, to just change my whole life. So when I got in the truck with Trash, we went everywhere. Trash took me the first person took me out of state. First time seeing snow. He and I just saw the structure, the routine, the good money. Cause he was showing me the check stubs and he was just showing me the way. Like, man, let's do this here. Like, man, come on, man. You wasting your time, man. You got it. Let's get it. Just like we taught each other everything else here. I'm finna show you this, and this what we need to be doing right now. Um, the truck showed me a way forward. It showed me a way out of changing, a way to change my life for the better, and to get me and my family in a better situation than what we was in. Because my record, them people, I went to multiple jobs, didn't nobody want to give me a chance because of my record. And I don't have no violent crimes. I just got a bunch of drug charges and stuff like that. So, but like I said, I learned wholesaling, sold my first house. That money didn't change my life. It changed my belief that anything that I set my mind to, that I can do. 2018, I published Bought a Man a Warhol Story. I used some of that wholesaling money and bought a hundred, almost 200 copies of my book. I was just determined to do the right thing. I got away from around everybody that was negative in my life. I was still fighting with some demons, still dealing with addictions, listening to just fighting my addictions because I wasn't giving in to none of that. I wasn't drinking, I wasn't doing nothing. I was just walking, exercising, reading, meditating. I walked 7, 8 miles a day. I walk so much until my legs hurt, and then I'll take a break. I'll sit down for a little bit. I get up, stretch it out, and get back at it. But I got my license back 2017 September. I applied. So when me and Trash came back, well, my wife picked me up from Atlanta. So we was headed back in Atlanta. She picked me up in Atlanta. And I was like, I'm finna go get my CDL. So as soon as we got back, I went and took the permit test, got my permit. I started applying for multiple companies that pay for you to get your license. None of them would take me because I didn't have my license for at least 18 months free and clear because they've been suspended for the last 5 years. They said they had to be active for 18 months. So I was like, damn, but I'm still gonna figure it out. So I just started selling some of my books, help out, trying to sell some more houses. I was going back and forth viewing properties with one of my mentors. Still going to these jobs. Everybody was still telling me that I was overqualified because I did multiple jobs, restaurant, lawn care, construction, worked in factories. Even when I was ready, the system said wait because they knew that it was something better for me to do other than sitting in somebody else's job getting paid pennies in a restaurant or doing construction, being stuck in a factory for 12, 15 hours. The end of 2012, we moved to Kissimmee. I was still studying to get my CDL. I was heavy on the pre-trip, so I was memorizing the parts of the truck. I got into Career Source. Career Source paid for my whole schooling. I went to TDI in Sanford. Had to stay down there for 4 days out the week, and then I'll drive back home on Friday afternoon. I was driving back and forth. October 2019, I got my CDL. After not being able to drive for years, and I got my license back, and then I got my CDL, that was freedom, man. That was freedom. The license didn't save me, though. The discipline did because it made me focus on something better than me to better me for my family. If you're listening and rebuilding, keep grinding, keep going. Sometimes the answer isn't no, it's not yet because it's not ready. You're not ready yet. You're building up that pressure. And when you building up something that's worthwhile, it's better to take your time with it. Can't rush it. Nothing happens overnight. That process right there at least took me 2 years or so. But it was just I got my CDL, man. Got my CDL, flew to Minnesota, started with Jan Sugar, all that snow. I was so ready. I was so ready to get it in. When we got there doing training, everybody was like they was nervous. The owner of the company came out and was asking who wanted to get in the truck first. Nobody said nothing. I raised my hand. I said, I'll drive that mother. I said, I'll drive it. I got on in that truck. But Thank y'all for tuning in to the Welcome Legacy Podcast. My next episode, I'll break down how to get your CDL step by step. And y'all, please tune in to the next episode we got going on. I appreciate all y'all. Thank y'all for watching.